10.2, take 4. So with the lasso tool, okay, the way I would highly recommend you doing is, as you can see with the video here, it selects an area around an element and basically you just go from there. I would recommend using first an elliptical or the rectangular tool. Let's go back to elliptical. And yes, I can go ahead and use the lasso tool in objects like this. So if you notice right here with this star, now one thing you gotta remember is you gotta watch which mode your selection tool is. Right now I'm in the subtraction mode. See the minus sign on the bottom right? You gotta get into the, if you click up here, you have to get into the new selection. Okay, so there should be nothing on the bottom right, no plus sign, no minus sign, just as is. Now, I can go ahead and try my very best if I don't want that much background to be carried over to the next object. I can go ahead and draw as much as I can. The problem is with this, it allows for room for mistakes, and sometimes all I got to do is, if I accidentally lift my mouse up at this point, look what happens. Well, you've got the marching ants cutting right through the very top of that star. And that forces me to start all over again. So now I have to deselect, okay, and I can, well, start again and do the best I can. Now, something like with this star right here, or this leaf, I guess, suppose, I can do this as well. I can go ahead and try and select. Now, these are relatively small images, so it's not going to be that difficult. But if I had a larger image, using the lasso tool to make a selection can be quite daunting. Now here in this case, I'm able to select, okay, and I'm going to go ahead and copy it, bring it into my tree, and paste it. There it is. Now I suppose that's a leaf or a clover or whatever you want to call that. It's a very different color than the background. So now I can use the magic wand, making sure tolerance level still maintains at 40. I can select the background and just delete it. There we have it. Then deselect the marching ants. Okay, and then I'm going to click the move tool, move it to where I want. And in this case, maybe I'll move it up here. Why not? There we go. Beautiful. Press and hold the shift key so you don't skew the image. There we have it. Let's leave it at that. Okay, looking good. And let's go back to the Christmas ball, and going back to my argument about using the lasso tool, my recommendation is very simple. Use the elliptical marquee tool here. Okay, select around the star in this case. Okay, there it is right there. And now with this selected, I can now use the lasso tool and select a mode. So in this case, I'm going to select subtract from selection. And now I can just kind of, it doesn't require that much movement. I can accidentally let go of my mouse and see, yeah, you got that little problem right there, but I can fix that. You see, I can go around and there it is gone again. So I can fix this part right here, okay? I'm selecting marching ants. I'm not selecting the image. So as best as I possibly can. Okay, now in this case right here, I'm using smaller images. Okay, there we go. There we go. So, and again, it takes a lot of time, but if the background was not a consistent color, we'd have some problems. So let me go ahead and well, didn't do a good job there. Of course, there is a better way. Alright, so there we have it. We're going to copy this and put it into the tree. There we have right now. Okay, and I'm going to select the magic wand tool, and I'm going to select the background, press delete. I'm going to select, there we go, Command D, and I guess that's the star. Well, at any rate, it's not supposed to be there, so I'm going to do Command T. Okay, let's go ahead and resize this. Pressing the Shift key. You would think that the star would be the one that goes on there, but you know what? It looks better without the star. All right, we're just going to do one more image. That's a little bit more challenging. This time we're going to go from the marquee tool. Okay, we're going to deselect the star over here. Let's use the rectangular marquee tool. And this time, let's see, which one of this could be a little bit problematic. Well, let's go ahead and take the horseshoe, not horseshoe rather. What is that? Horse something. Seesaw horse. I don't know. Anyway, so we're going to select this, and then we're going to go back and select the lasso tool. Make sure it's under subtraction mode. As you can see, it is. I'm going to go ahead and draw in. This one's a little easier. Now I'm going to end by the tail, and anytime I can move my cursor out in case I get a little tired or if I feel like I'm not going to do as good job if I continued. There we have it. See? There we go. And I'm just going to keep doing this. So there we go. One more time. And there we have it. But you want to get as much of the background out as possible because you've got parts of this. As I can see, notice that the background runs into the horse. See the legs? You see that area right there? It runs into the background. And so you want to get as much background out as possible, especially in this area. So if you were to deselect that area using the Magic Wand tool, you're going to see the background of the tree running through the leg, and you don't want that. So there we go. And like I said, you may want to fast forward through this. If you're already done, no reason for you to wait. In fact, why don't I pause and we'll be right back. Actually, instead of pausing, why don't we really fast forward? Okay, so here we are, and you notice that when we apply the magic wand, and if you move closer, you'll notice that the marching ants go into the saddle. Well, not much we can do about that. Okay, so what we're going to have to do now is basically we're going to have to use the marching tool and remove that. Okay, so as you can see right now, we've got the horse right here, and as you can see that we didn't do too good of a job removing the background. So I'm going to go ahead and continue it here. I'm going to select the lasso tool, and I'm going to choose a subtract tool, and I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you can see right now. I'm just going to select here, because watch what happens. Before I even do that, watch what happens when I select the Magic Wand tool. If I select here and I press delete, notice that the legs are cut. You can see the tree right in there, and you don't want that. So I'm going to undo that, And what I'm going to do now is just use the lasso tool, and I'm going to deselect. There we go. And I'm just going to do the very best I could to try to, well, cut right in the middle here. There it is. And then just remove it. There we have it. Okay. There we have it. And then maybe I can do the same thing over here with a leg. And then just go around up to the very end. Cut even more. There we go. Whoops. Didn't do quite good there. But like I said, there are better ways of doing this. There we go. Try it again. Alright, well, let's go ahead and apply the magic wand tool. Actually, before I even do that, let me cut off more of the saddle there. Alright, now let's try the magic wand tool. Let's go ahead and, well, you notice that it kind of still cuts over to the leg over there. Now this time, okay, and on this end right here, I'm going to have to cut more. There we go. And press X. Alright, and then as much as I possibly can. There we go. Now I feel safe about using the magic wand tool. I'm going to go ahead and select the bottom part here, remove that. I'm going to select, well, this part is still unsafe. And let's see if I can select that area. Notice how I'm able to select, oh, there we go. Now, if this happens right here, where the selection is going into the horse, I can always select the lasso tool in the subtraction mode and just remove that selection. There we go right there. See that? There it is right there. And just press. See, it's safe. Okay. Same thing over here. If I select this area right here, you notice that once again the selection goes into the leg. I'm just going to press the lasso tool and the subtraction mode and just remove that part of the leg. There it is right there. And now I'm going to press OK. Good enough for me right there. Remove that part. Okay, so I'm going to use the magic wand tool. Again, we have the mouth area, and I don't want to touch that. So anyways, you guys can do that on your own. I'm going to shrink this dude, and he's going to gallop away into the sunset. Christmas sunset, that is.